Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. This is our second release webinar this year. This time it's a new release of our flagship product, MobileNAV, and the latest version, 11.0. Today, the presentation, as usual, will be done by my colleague and our business unit director, Tibor Major, and I will do the partner news at the beginning. I'm Bertalan Nagy, your partner manager and your first contact, and we will have a surprise guest just before we jump into the actual presentation of the latest features of MobileNAV 11. So quickly about the partner news. Most probably you are familiar with the pricing update. Just a recap of that. Microsoft has increased the percentage of the enhancement plan for the perpetual on-prem licenses this year, again, from 18 to 19%. We are following Microsoft in that manner, so our perpetual licenses will be also involving on 19% enhancement percentage from the 1st of October. We are again proud to announce that we are sponsoring this year's directions in Vienna. We really hope that we can meet at least some of you there. The event's gonna take place in Vienna. Again, it's in Austria from the 6th to the 8th of November. Later on, I will show you the booth number, and we will, of course, because we are a silver sponsor, do a presentation. And one of our other topics, WMS MobileNAV, will be the theme of the presentation that we will do during directions. I will introduce my colleague soon, a new partner success director. And just one more thing before I jump into that, we have a marketing cooperation. Basically, we support all the partners with, I don't know, like social templates or joint campaigns. So if you want to like promote our products, we have ready-made materials that you can share either on your website or direct communication. If you need any assistance with that, please let me know. And it's working in the other direction as well. So if you reach out to us and you want to just like use our channels, we can also issue like a PR post that we are working together with you guys. We are open to do like joint documents on projects, or we are creating case studies. So that's, I think, mutual benefit both of us. Again, the pricing and licensing updates as of the 1st of October from 18 to 19%. That's what's already in effect. We also introduced an upgrade offer for those who are currently on standard MobileNAV and they are interested in WMS MobileNAV. So they can use this upgrade offer to have WMS MobileNAV instead of the standard one. It's not really a news, but I need to emphasize it that in BC SaaS, we can't issue perpetual licenses anymore. Again, this was introduced in 2023, I think the same time last year. We also started to do an on-prem to cloud promotion. Basically, this is for those who already have MobileNAV licenses. They are currently on-prem, but they are upgrading to the cloud version of BC, but they are retaining MobileNAV. And for those, because we don't have any perpetual licenses in SaaS, we have this promotion to transition to the cloud and transition from perpetual mobile-enabled licenses to subscription ones. Basically, that's 30% for 24 months by default, but let's investigate the cases. And we also have some future planned improvements. Basically, this affects subscription invoicing and the enhancement renewals. So basically, we are planning to introduce the automatic enhancement renewal. So if you are not opting for an annual quotation, we will just renew it automatically. And regarding the subscription, we are planning to have like a limitation on the per periods and the number of licenses in regards to reduce the transactional fees. So like if you are only ordering one mobile-enabled licenses, maybe it's not ideal to invoice that month by month, because then you have to pay for the transaction fees on a monthly basis. So we are trying to figure out the most optimal way to benefit or to reduce these unnecessary costs. That's about pricing. Yes, jumping back to the directions, as I mentioned, we are silver sponsors. Our booth number is S41. So if you are attending, 3 of my colleagues will be attending. Most of the time you can find us at the booth, so please feel free to come by and say hello. Let's have a coffee or chat. We are preparing with some exciting quiz and valuable prizes. So you can win, for example, an action cam. I think that's quite an exciting one. I would like to have one myself. If you drop your business card into a box, you have the chance to win either of these 3 prizes. We also do a presentation. This will be on Thursday, the 7th of November. There's the location, but I don't think anyone can remember that. It's just in the afternoon, and the topic will be WMS MobileNAV. If you have not heard about it, we released this product during the summer. Basically, it's MobileNAV, but with some extra advancements in the topic of warehouse management. As you know, for now, MobileNAV was only using the standard features of Business Central, but with WMS MobileNAV, we have added some extra like tote picking, pallet tracking, or tag tracking, or you can call it license plating as well. We have twin recording, we have integration with shipment providers. So a lot of exciting stuff in the WMS aspect. Yeah. And the presentation will be done by Tibor, who will do the demonstration on MobileNAV 11 now. But just before that, we also invited a new colleague of mine, not really new, but new to this department. He's Miki Trojak. He's the Partner Success Director. Basically, we are forming a team with Miki and a few of my colleagues, and we are responsible for partner enablement. So we are aiming to make your life easier if it comes to implementing MobileNAV. Like, we can provide any help that you need. Just feel free to reach out to us. Here's Mickey's email address. You can note that down, but we will also share this recording with you later. But I think I will hand over the microphone, the virtual microphone, to Mickey, if you want to say a few words.
Thank you, guys. I hope you can hear me. I would also like to welcome all of our guests today. Good afternoon. and thank you for taking the time to for attending our webinar. I'm sorry, and I'm certain that everyone will hear or see something new, exciting, something useful today. Just a few words about myself. So I am Miklos Trojak, or simply Mickey, and just please keep this name. It's easier for everyone. And a few weeks ago, I started on this exciting journey as a partner success director here at our company. Actually, I have long been with Multisoft, working on different products in different areas. And so I have a decades-long experience on delivering software solutions and services, starting from user requirement assessment and analysis, all through development, the documentation parts, delivering the products and support. So actually everything that can go wrong. But the really big news is, as Bertalan mentioned, is that we formed a new internal dedicated and enthusiastic team where we concentrate on all activities that have a direct contact with our partners and customers. So our primary tasks are in handling the licensing and the financial matters, making sure that these sometimes not so pleasant things go smoothly, and making sure that your support issues will be handled as quick as possible. And then the more important things are the partner management, coordination of sales and marketing activities, an even more active and deeper involvement in product development, starting from assessing and collecting feature requests from you or directly from the users. But to summarize it, actually, is the most important point of our reorganization is nurturing existing and developing new business opportunities together with you and helping you in this matter. And we truly hope that we can have an even smoother and even more successful cooperation and partnership with you guys in this new setup. So thank you again. We will meet in the future a lot. And I think now we can go on to the main event of today's webinar, to the 11th main release of MobileNAV. And please welcome Tibor, the engine and the ever-throbbing heart behind our flagship product. Thank you very much and enjoy your demonstration.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you the introduction of Bertalan and Miklos. We are also very excited about his joining our Innovative Solutions department. So let's start the technical part of the presentation. So what will be MobileNAV 11.0 is about. But before that, I would just really want to just quickly run through the previous version, because maybe some of you missed the last webinar, which was 10.0, just to give you a high-level overview what we have done in that release. The biggest portion of that release was the UI redesign, which was basically split up into 3 parts, and that was the finalization or the final part of the redesign, if you remember. So completely new icon set, new color set. We adjusted all the paddings and try to make MobileNAV more convenient for the eyes and more fancy for the users. Besides that, we have also introduced the OData compatibility, which is now in place. It is supported from BC21 or above, and that is a continuous support. At the moment, SOAP is still there. There is no date for removal of SOAP, but we are supporting both basically. So you can decide upon a new installation whether you want to choose OData or SOAP. The rest was a bit smaller improvements, like unread record count. You can show the unread records in the main menu. You can use PIN to faster the login process. You can lock and unlock the MobileNAV screen if you are in a shared device environment. You can use auto login, etc. But let's jump into the more interesting part, which is the new release, which is MobileNAV 11.0. Yeah, this is just a high-level overview of what we will talk about today. So we will talk about home screen tiles. We will show you how MobileNAV can now support the credit card payment. Together with that, we have introduced a new technology, which is what we call OpenDeepLink. With that, you can basically try to integrate any kind of applications inside or near to MobileNAV. Then we have introduced a new functionality for basically to allow to make MobileNAV screens more compact. And basically the additional card caption value format is really targeting that. You will see the result. I'm quite excited about that. And we have also now supporting to propagate barcode reading capability or cacheable images to other screens, like if you want to scan a barcode and filter the warehouse picks or the warehouse receipts by the items, which is not on the received header itself, but on the lines, then you can now propagate the item barcode reading capability to the headers, and the images are also working the very same manner, so you can propagate the images to the other configuration pages, and with that you can really create very user-friendly configurations. Monetary field indicator that is already in place in Business Central, so we did something very similar to that. You will see that later on, and we will also show you some smaller improvements. And the other biggest part of the 11.0 release was the move from Xamarin to Maui, and yeah, I will also show you a slide about that. It's not really something what the user will see, because it is completely in the background inside the application, but the requirement there to keep everything as it was before, or even better than it was before. So let's start with the home screen tiles. Yeah, as you got used to, MobileNAV was supporting the home screen in something like a list-like a home screen, where you can create categories inside the home screen, and inside the categories you can have the actual menu items. Now we are basically supporting both display it as a list and also display it as a tiles. And this is something what you can set in the skin settings on the central configuration side, or this can also be something what the user is selecting on his device as per his or her preference. For that, we have introduced a couple of new things to allow to configure this on your own taste, so to say. So we have introduced new fonts, new general font settings, new color, and new paddings. I quickly show you that. So inside MobileNAV, if you now go to the skin settings, then you will see that we have two new fonts here, the home tile font and the home tile 100 font. Together with that, we have introduced some new font styles. So this is the new two home font style what we have introduced, and we also introduced a new color, which is the home tile background. With that, you can set the background of the tiles in MobileNAV. And last but not least, here in the style settings, you can also control the tile separator width and the inner cell padding. So you can basically also configure how big the tiles should be, and how much space should be there near the icon or the image. But let's see how it looks like. So I quickly switch to MobileNAV. At the moment, this is the old-fashioned list-like interpretation of the home screen, but now I can scroll down here, and here on the MobileNAV client application, I can use the skin default setting, or I can change it to the list or the tile view. So now I switch to tiles, and there you go. Now MobileNAV will display the same categories, but inside the categories, you will see the tiles. Yeah, this is just a matter of the taste of the users, really. So we will support both. You can choose which one is your preference, basically. Okay, I switch back to its presentation. Next topic, credit card payment. And from this version, from 11.0, now we are supporting the credit card payment inside MobileNAV. We basically made or developed this feature in a way that the credit card payment provider is something what you can later on extend. But by default, we already chosen 3 of them, which we thought they are big enough to include in the first round, which is basically the MyPOS, the Viva, and the SumUp. So these are the 3 providers what we support by default, but we have also already introduced a custom one, which I will talk about a little bit later. We also provide a payment provider currency setting. This will be interesting later on, because these credit card providers always take one certain currency at a time, and this is something what we want to also set up in MobileNAV in order to protect the customer from failures. And in the base configuration, we have decided to configure that for the posted sales invoices by default. So in the posted sales invoice, now you will see 2 new buttons, which is the pay by card, which will start the actual card payment process, or the second one is the card payment log, where you can see the transaction log of the credit card payment attempts, basically. Okay. On this next slide, you will see the actual screenshots of the credit card payment, but I would like to also show you how this looks like in action. So I will try to switch my screen. I hope you can also see it. Yeah, I think I need to stop the presentation. Sorry. So I will stop sharing now. Yeah, there you go. So I hope you can see the device screen. And basically what I will do is that I will very quickly create a sales invoice inside MobileNAV. So I will press new here, select the customer number. I go down to the lines. I will add just very quickly 1 line to this sales invoice. I will use a MobileNAV filter, which will present the MobileNAV CAL, the subscription license, maintenance, etc. products. So let's sell 1 MobileNAV subscription license quickly. I will add 1 piece here. And if I go back and I will press the post and print, this will post the sales invoice inside VC and automatically open up the posted sales invoice. So now you can see the posted sales invoice in MobileNAV. And as I promised, there is a pay by card and the credit card payment log buttons on the posted sales invoice. So let's press the pay by card. This now launches a separate application, which is in this case Viva. But as I said, both SumUp, MyPOS, and Viva applications are supported. So now I should use my credit card to pay. There you go. Okay, so now the payment has completed. I can share the receipt. That's the Viva functionality, so that's not ours. You can see the merchant's receipt. You can see the customer receipt. Yeah, you can see it here. I can also show you in a picture view if you are interested. But it's after finishing or finalizing the transaction, you can go back to MobileNAV. MobileNAV will also process the result of the credit card transaction, and since it was successful, you will see that in the card payment log that there is a successful transaction created. You can see the creation date of the transaction, the result of the transaction, the amount, the currency of the transaction, the device ID from which device the credit card payment was taken. We have a foreign transaction ID for displaying which invoice or it is referring to. And you can also see for debug purposes the complete response from Viva application inside MobileNAV if you want to analyze it for any reason. So that's the card payment log, and yeah, basically that was the credit card payment. So it was successful. If I would try it again, then it would show me an error that I'm already paid for this one. So there is a successful card transaction on this already. So this kind of validations we have. Since we have the currency for the payment provider, it is also protected. So if I would try to use the Viva, which is taking Hungarian forints in this case for a euro invoice, then it would also show an error in that case. Okay, I will switch back to the slides. And as I promised, we have already introducing a custom payment provider, which you can choose. And in the code unit, what we have introduced in this new release, the MobileNAV Deep Link Helper code unit, we have two publisher events: the onGenerate URI custom and the onProcess URI custom publisher events, which you can react on. So if you choose the credit card payment provider in MobileNAV General Setup and then you choose custom there, then you need to react on these events, and then you can integrate any kind of other local credit card payment apps. Of course, the app should understand the URI deep link technology. So what basically you are putting together is something like a URI, which launches another application, and also URI will come back with the result from the application, and you need to be able to process that. Furthermore, I said that this is now configured for posted sales invoice, but it is designed in a way that it's very easily extendable for any other document type. So if you want to use it for service invoices or any other invoices for taking payments, you can do that because we have this two-handle card payment. It's the public method. It has a source type, source no, etc. So the usual document identification fields on that method, and you can use this ready-built method to process payments from other documents. And if you want to also add some custom logic, we also talked about that. So we are also introducing an on-handle card payment publisher event, which you can react on. And there you can inject any additional things inside the URI when it is being composed, if you want to extend it for any reason. And let's see the technology behind, which is the OpenDeepLink technology. Basically, MobileNAV is sending a deep link message to external applications, and it can also process the result once the external application has finished processing. So that's the deep link technology, and now MobileNAV is also capable for using this. For that, we have introduced a new mobile type inside Business Central. So if you create a new button, like the pay by card on the posted invoice, you can set the mobile type to OpenDeepLink, and in such a case you can assign a function which will be responsible for creating the URI and also processing the URI. So the server-side custom method will have these two roles basically. So generating the URIs or get URI, which is where you can define what should be the behavior of the MobileNAV when it launches that external application. Should it wait for it, or should it just wait for a callback from that application, or it should use it as a fire and forget mode. And in the URI, you need to compose a special content for that external app. And in the process result, you need to evaluate you can evaluate the result of that execution, and you can do modifications inside Business Central according to the returned value. And it's not a secret. The credit card payment is implemented on this technology, so it's built upon this OpenDeepLink feature of MobileNAV. And what OpenDeepLink is also useful or capable for. I tried to create a couple of other examples, not just the credit card payment, but other examples when a deep link technology might be a good fit. Well, the first example is a Google Map integration. For that example, I have basically added the posted warehouse shipments into the MobileNAV configuration, because the imagined situation was that we have a combined shipment in the warehouse with multiple sales orders from different customers. And once the warehouse posts that warehouse shipment, then the truck driver can take the posted warehouse shipment as a source document and use that as his route. So he basically go from customer to customer and ship out the goods into the different customer places. So therefore, it would be a good idea to show something like a route for the truck driver, where he needs to go and what will be the approximate time of arrival to the different places. So I will show you this first example, and you will see that on the right side that basically the configuration or the heart of this deep link was that couple of lines of code on the right side, where we basically compose that maps URI with the origin, with the destination, and the waypoints. And once it's ready, then it can launch the Google Map application on the device for the driver. And the second example will be a Teams call, where we will in this imagined situation, use the company card or the contact card in order to launch a Teams chat or a Teams call. The Teams chat can also have a predefined topic and also have a predefined message. And the predefined message can contain any kind of information what you put together, like you want to send the notification to your customer that he's having some overdue balances on this and that invoice numbers. That was the due date, that is the amount, etc. So this message can be composed and ready-made inside the URL, and the Teams app can basically send that message once the user pressing on it. So I will try to show you this two example. So I will stop sharing again. Okay, so let's go back to the finance section, and there you will find this posted warehouse shipments screen, where I will first show you the map integration. So as I promised, this is a posted warehouse shipment. From here, I created quickly a drill down to the posted sales shipments, from where you can, for example, print out the sales shipment document if you wish. But for now, what is more interesting here is this show route button, because if I'm pressing that, then it will launch the Google Map application. It will have the very same starting and finishing point, and it has two waypoints, because we have two customers in this posted warehouse shipment. But the origin, so the starting point is our location address. The second point is customer A. The third point is customer B, and the destination is again the location address. So that is why it is something like a route. And as you can see, it is showing something like 7.5 hours for the full route, 3 hours for the first point, etc., etc. And from here, I could start the navigation and use maps for navigating there. Okay, so that was the first example. A second example was the companies. So in the companies, in this company, I'm having a couple of contacts. These contacts are my colleagues for ease of access, so Bertalan, Gábor, and Miklós, and they are having their email addresses on their contact card here. And on the company card, we have created a call in Teams and a chat in Teams. I don't try to call them right now because we are already in a Teams call, so I don't want to break or suspend this call right now, but the chat in Teams will basically create a draft message to these users, as you can see. So it will put all the company employees into the to section, and it also having a draft message like I have created this very simple thing like, hi, it is Tibor Major from Wayne Enterprises. And if I hit the send, then as you can see, it started a Teams chat with these other colleagues, and hopefully they will return. Yeah, it's going great. Thank you very much. No caching so far. Let's cross our fingers. Okay, so yeah, that was, I think, together with the credit card integration, very nice integration of how the deep link technology can be used, and we are also very welcome the ideas from you guys. If you have any other ideas what the deep link technology can integrate into MobileNAV, what applications do you see which would make sense to bind together with MobileNAV, then you can send it to us and we can give it a try with that. So let's roll on. Additional card caption and value format. Yeah, as promised, this is I think it is a big reform in the MobileNAV user interface. Originally, in MobileNAV, on the cards you can have basically different properties from the records, but all of these properties was one on the above. So it was more like a list of properties inside MobileNAV. You could already group them because grouping of the fields was already supported in the previous versions. But we have seen several places in the configuration when there is one editable field and other non-editable fields, but these 2 or 3 fields are really belonging together. One nice example is, for example, the quantities, especially on the warehouse documents, when you have a quantity like quantity to handle, but you also have a quantity outstanding, which tells you what is the maximum quantity what you can handle, and there is also the unit of measure code. And these 3 is really belonging together, and for the user it would be much better to see it and present it in one field instead of having 3 different rows in the card view. And that is what the additional card caption and value format is really helpful, because now on the fields configuration, as you can see, we have additional card caption format and additional card value format, where you can, the usual way how you got used to how you configure, for example, the list cell formats or list line formats, the same way you can configure this additional caption or value formats. And the result will be what I will just show you in the next slide. It will basically make the user interface more compact. So yeah, I will. I don't want to shut down the result, but yeah, you will also see how it looks like. And one more thing, for the integer and decimal type of fields, the editor, which MobileNAV displays, it also shows that additional caption and value format. So on the screenshot below, you can see that the quantity to handle is now showing one text field, but the per 10 pieces is there as well on the inside the editor. So when the user is editing that, he sees that information already. Okay, and I will now switch to the next slide. So this is one nice example how, for example, the warehouse receipt line looked like before. So I could not even put it into one screenshot because it would have been too long. So as you can see, it's number, item number, variant code, description, quantity outstanding, receive, zone code, bin code, unit of measure, source document no. So it's very long list. Not that long what you got used to inside Business Central. So it's already selected a couple of the most important properties, but it's still too many. And instead of that, you will have this. So as you can see on the item, on the item it is just a simple grouping. So it is not no wonder. It was already possible to group the variant code and the description together into one field and promote the item number, the variant code, and the description into the title of the group header. But what is more interesting is on the quantity received. So as you can see, the quantity received shows 10 per 10 pieces. So it's much more composed, much more understandable by the user. And the same applies for the source number. So the source number shows one number, this 106032, but after that there is the document type, which is a purchase order in this particular case. So basically everything is in place on the right side, but what was there on the left side where we have started from, but the UI is more compact. So you don't even need to scroll, because this is only just seven properties on the warehouse receipt line. So I think this is really a good thing. And this just really describes what happened with the different fields. So the item number, variant code, and description has been merged into one field. The outstanding, the quantity received, and unit of measure code has been merged into the quantity received field, and the source document and the source document number has been merged into this source number field. And that's the result. Okay, and I have not mentioned, but basically if you will check the base configuration of 11.0, then you will see this additional card and value caption formats already configured inside MobileNAV. But of course, if you upgrade, then you can start to configure it for your own custom configuration as well. Okay, the next topic is the propagated barcode and cacheable image fields. So now we have introduced basically a propagated field option on the top of the relations. So if you have a relation inside MobileNAV, then you can do certain propagations through that relation. One example is the barcode propagation. The barcode propagation is basically is the case when you are trying to propagate, for example, the barcode readability capability of the line, like the warehouse receipt line item number field. You want to propagate that to the header, and from that point, the warehouse receipt header can be searched or filtered by the item number, and basically, as a result, it will show you only those warehouse receipts which are containing that particular item. I will try to show you this very quickly. So this is the warehouse receipt list. I'm seeing 5 different warehouse receipts, and I will use my scanner and just read the bicycle item. And once my system will wake up, then it will filter down the warehouse receipts into these two receipts, because these 2 receipts are containing the bicycle item. And if I'm opening up the filter panel, then you can see that there is a filter now, which is filtering for 2 receipt numbers here. And that's how it basically works. First, on the first level, it filters down the warehouse receipt lines, and with the warehouse receipt lines header identification will be put into the number with a or separated list, and that's how it is able to filter parent documents which are basically containing certain things. And this is not just for items. Obviously, any kind of barcode reading you can use this propagation for. Okay, and the next type of propagation is the cacheable cacheable images. In this case, we will very quickly configure this together. The idea is to show the items pictures on the pick lines. So first, I will very quickly show you how the warehouse pick looks like. It is not containing any images right now. So if I open up the warehouse pick list, then I just see the different pick lines here. And if I'm selecting a certain pick, then it shows the properties, but nothing else. So now let's log out and let's quickly configure this together. So I log out. I will switch to Business Central. Okay, so I will go to MobileNAV, and first I will go to the items page. The MN item page is already containing a picture, but it's not cacheable in the base configuration. It is just an image which you can upload or download on your request. So basically, let's find that, and there you go. This is the picture field here. So let's change this to cacheable image because I want to see that on the list and on the card. So that's why I need to make this cacheable. That's one thing. And the most interesting part is the pick itself, so the pick line. So I will go to the pick line and I will search for the item number field because the item number is already having a lookup relation. And through this lookup relation, I can propagate the image of the item to the pick line itself. So I will go to the relation setup here. I will search for this propagated fields new property. And first I will use the propagation type cacheable image for list. And I will enter the picture. And I'm not just want to see that on the pick list, but I would like to also see it on the pick card as well. So I will use both propagation type in this case. And I close this down. And as a result, as you can see, there is a new virtual field on the card, which is called propagated cacheable image. You can only have one like this on a certain card, but if you have that all you can do with this virtual field is the moving. So you can change the field order. I will now move this propagated image to the end of the card. So basically after the sorting sequence number. So now it is at the end of the card or the list, and I would like to also use that in the staging. So therefore, I will show all the fields here, and just very quickly add this propagated image to each stage in order to see it in the stages as well, not just on the card or the list. Yeah, and one more thing, what I really suggest to implement is the caching of the picture size, because MobileNAV can download images from Business Central, and in order to decide whether a certain image should be downloaded or not, therefore you already may know that you can provide something like a image size or picture size, and depending on the picture size, MobileNAV will download that picture again because it has changed, or not because it already has the proper value. But this image size by default was always calculated from the system, so from the media set by default. So therefore, we have introduced a new setting here, which is the cache item picture size, which is basically introducing a new field on the item card. This is only available on the extension version of MobileNAV. It's important to note, but on the CAL word, you can do that manually quite easily. On the extension word, it is not that easy, but still doable. So now I just enabled this caching of the item picture, and I think we are now good to go. So if I log in now again, then it will hopefully download the configuration again. And now what we are expecting is that if I go to the warehouse pick line list, then I will show the item. I will see the item pictures already. And on the pick card, when I start the staging, I also see the item picture during picking. So that's what we expect now. Okay, so now it's downloading the configuration. Okay, now we are ready. So I will go down to the warehouse picks. I choose the last pick here. And there you go. So I do see all the pictures of the different items. In this case, I'm having a bicycle, some Ethernet cable, and some monitors. And if I start the first pick, then I already see the picture during the staging as well on the last field, because that was the position where we have moved this propagated cacheable image. And the previous things like scanning the item or scanning the bin and finally confirm the quantity is also working just like before. So that did not change. What is now a possibility that you can very easily propagate a certain picture which is already downloaded by MobileNAV to the device, hopefully to any other kind of documents. And with that, you can create very colorful and fancy configuration for the users. Okay. And last but not least, the mandatory field indicator. This is a new feature again, but it's important to know that this mandatory indicator does not affect the business logic. So it's really just an indication that just like in Business Central, by the way. So if you have a field and you want to highlight that a little bit for the user, that he needs to fill that out before he does anything with that, then you can do this. And previously we had this required for insert. Now we have basically three options for this mandatory setting on the fields. Now you can choose the original required for insert. Now you can choose the mandatory, and you can also choose empty for this. So I will quickly show that to you. So if I go to the invoice lines, for example, then you will see that there is a new mandatory column, and the number and the description is set to mandatory in the base configuration now. And if I now switch to MobileNAV and I create a new sales invoice, just very quickly, maybe you have already seen that because I've already presented that to you. For example, here the customer number is already set to mandatory, but if I go down to the lines, then you can also see that the number and the description is also something what the user needs to enter. But this is really just an indication. Once I, for example, selecting the customer, it will just simply disappear. And the same for the items. Okay, and yeah, let's quickly talk about the smaller improvements. Here I didn't plan any demonstration of these, just to mention what else we did in this major release. First is the offline JavaScript for blobs. Previously in JavaScript, you did not have any kind of possibility in order to react on blob changes, like when you apply a signature, or you delete a signature, or upload a picture, or delete a picture. These events was not something what you can react on in offline mode. Now it is available, so you can have the on-by date. And you can also, for example, check the existence of the blob in the JavaScript code. So now you have something like a blob, not just blob. It can be maybe media set or media as well, but basically a signature or image or Excel or any kind of blob what you can think about. Second one is invalid SSL certificate handling. Previously, MobileNAV in the Android and iOS edition accepts any kind of certificates like developer certificates, etc. But in the previous releases, there was no indication or warning if MobileNAV found that the certificate was not fully valid. Now we have changed that, and now from version 11, if you try to connect to a server which is SSL certificate encrypted, I mean the HTTP communication, and the SSL certificate seems to be valid certificate, then MobileNAV will warn you. This is just a warning, so you can still say that, okay, you accepted the risk and you want to continue. And MobileNAV will then save that SSL certificate thumbprint, and that certificate won't be handled as a wrong certificate in the future. If you, for example, having a valid SSL certificate and you save the login configuration, and after some time the SSL certificate will become invalid, then of course MobileNAV will also notify the user that the SSL certificate is now not valid anymore. So he needs to log out and save the login configuration again, where he will be warned about the expired certificate, for example. And then if he accepts that and saves the configuration like that, then he can log back in and use the MobileNAV like before. Okay, we have further extended the famous field control command set with the closed list, closed parent list, closed grandparent, and closed grandparent list. Yeah, these functions was not there. We had some requests from you guys through our ticketing systems that sometimes you would need such things. So we have decided to extend these command set. Another request was to introduce custom own or mine filters. MobileNAV is supporting 4 different types of own filters, which is the salesperson code, the service resource ID, the location code, and then the user ID. Now you can have 2 custom ones. In the MobileNAV user setup, you have 2 columns in the user setup where you can enter any kind of value, what you want. In the extension word and in the CL word, you just need to define a table relation for that field. You can do that in AL and CL as well if you want to select from a certain list, like territory code or anything else. And MobileNAV will use that just like he uses the salesperson coder or the resource ID filter on lists. And last but not least, we have now giving you some help when you are doing the configuration from scratch. It's a very common error that you first add your first page into MobileNAV and you forget to configure the list line formats, like the first line format or the cell formats. So that's why MobileNAV now including the primary key fields already. So when you add the new page, then the primary key fields will be added to the list format by default. Of course, you can remove it, but at least when you first launch the list in MobileNAV and try to test it, you don't see a completely empty list unless you are really willing to see an empty list because you have deleted the primary key fields. And the very last slide, which I promised, the Maui and UI automated tests. On the right side, I'm having a recording of automated tests what we have made. During the 10 and the 11 major release of MobileNAV, we have started to work on a quite wide range UI automation library, which is platform independent, so we can use it for iOS, Android, and Windows 10 platform as well. And we are trying to basically program our different tests on the UI. We also have unit tests besides that. So that was there. We have having something like 300 or 400 unit tests, which we run, but UI test was not there yet. So we have decided to create this framework, and with this framework, we have already done something like 5 out of 8 core tests of our test house. On the beginning, it was like something like 4 to 6 hours manual execution of the test case, and the automated version of that of these tests is running something like 1.5 or 2 hours. And we have also modified our build machine to run these UI automation tests together with the unit test after each and every build creation. So if we create an internal build, which is not even published to you, these tests will run automatically on all of the platforms like iOS, Android, and Windows 10. And hopefully with this, we'll really improve further the quality of MobileNAV. And the second thing was here the retirement of the Xamarin framework, which has been retired by Microsoft. So we had to basically migrate to Maui. It is not really a thing what you will realize at all, because it is really just a separate cross-platform framework. We had to work a lot. That's not a secret, but hopefully we made a good job, and also let's hope that Maui will live a bit longer than Xamarin did, and we don't need to change the cross-platform under MobileNAV for a while. And I think this concludes my presentation. So I think it's time to questions, if you have any.
Yeah, we already got one, Tibor, from Francesco. The question was, that means that any information on the credit card is managed from MobileNAV?
No. So basically, MobileNAV doesn't know anything about the credit card itself. So as you could see, MobileNAV launched a DeepLink URI, which started the external application of Viva or SumUp or MyPOS, and that application handles the credit card, and that also handles the bank integration, etc. So that is completely out of MobileNAV, and that was the best thing of all, basically, if I can say so, because you don't need to worry about any kind of I don't know, security or any other problems inside MobileNAV, because this is completely handed over to the credit card provider, and we don't know anything about the credit card itself. All we will know about the credit card is the URI, what basically it basically returns. So if I go down to the finance section, to the posted sales invoices, and I will try to find the last one we have created. I think this was the one. No. Yeah, maybe it was maybe that. So if I go down to the card payment log, so this is all the information what MobileNAV knows about it. So we have something like an AID. As you can see, the credit card number is not there. It is just the beginning and the ending of the credit card, and that's all. And it is again up to you what you want to do with this, because if you don't want to even store this inside Business Central, then it's also up to you. So if you don't want to handle the return URI, then you don't need to. So, but the way we have integrated the credit card payment providers is that we use basically the posted sales invoice number as a foreign transaction ID, and hopefully the bank import will contain this as a foreign transaction ID. So when you are trying to pair the credit card payments with the posted sales invoices, then you will have a easy work to do, hopefully. Any other questions? Yeah, maybe one question, if if I can ask myself. So when it will come, MobileNAV 11.0. At the moment, we are running or finalizing the first round of the tests. We do 2 rounds, one comprehensive round and one shorter round in the test house. So approximately mid of November, you can expect this MobileNAV 11.0. So let's say the week after Directions EMA. Of course, for the Directions EMA, we will bring the actual development or feature complete version of MobileNAV to the EMA. So if you are interested, you can give it a try there. We will try to put the features there as well. But officially, we are planning to release that in mid of November. Okay, if you don't have any questions, and if my colleagues also don't have anything to add, then I would like to thank you, everyone, for joining our webinar today. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully see you in Vienna in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, same from our side. Thank you very much, Tibor and Miki, and for everyone present, being present here. You know our contacts. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions related to MobileNAV 11 or any other topics. And have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, guys, and enjoy your evenings. And see you in Vienna. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.